Hi everyone, Sunny Dawson here. So today I'm going to be doing a coaching session with my friend Thomas, and I really hope you enjoy what we discover here today. I have no idea what the topic is going to be about, and I'm really looking forward to working with him and showing you what might eventuate. I'm always excited with coaching calls because I never know where they're going to go, and yeah, I really enjoy them, and I hope you get a lot out of this. Thank you.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi Thomas, how are you going?
I'm good. I'm also feeling a little fire in my belly, just like not sure where it's gonna go. So it's very exciting as well. Mm.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful,
Mm.
excellent. So you're feeling a bit of fire in your belly. Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about, what the topic that you'd like to discuss today with me?
I think let's discover because I was thinking before what it might be, and I thought maybe it can be just also my coaching work, just also to feel like 100% assured with it because I had a session yesterday and one session today, and that was just like really exciting. So maybe we could do something around that.
Sure, great. Okay, so how are you feeling with the sessions that you did today and yesterday?
Really good, actually. Like I did them my 100% best, as we talked previously, where you said it's a good idea to look at some tools, get some tools, and then maybe use them in my
Yeah.
work with people. So that's been working out really well. And I think just also some maybe I feel like I still have some mental barriers. What it has to do with like talking to people, working with people, coaching people. Something like I feel, when you're fully with a person, when you're just really present and when you're in your thoughts thinking of what to do next. So I want to kind of eliminate that and really be with the person and give them my best. So maybe that's what we could work
Fantastic. And you don't think you do that already, or?
on. Good question. Yeah, I think I do that to an extent, and yet when I do something that's a bit more new, or maybe sometimes I'm just not feeling at my 100% best. So for instance, now I'm feeling really nice, so it's easy to do that, and it's easy to do that with you. But then at other times, perhaps I'm not feeling so in the moment. Maybe I'm caught up in something else. So maybe we could look into how to come back into that, giving presence to the other person.
Wonderful. So what do you do currently
Mm.
when you're being present with someone? How does that look like? Describe that for me.
Mm. So before I do a session with someone, I just sort of check in with myself. Okay, am I fully ready to work with this person? And then if I'm feeling like I'm 100% ready, then, I go do it. But I don't always have this time. Sometimes I'm just for like 15 minutes kind of working through it and seeing that there's still something that I need to, work through before going there. Mm.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So you feel like you step into it at some points, and at other points you might venture away just a little bit. And
Hmm.
you go into your mind or into your body, or where do you go?
Um, yeah, I feel like it's really difficult to do it when I'm in the mind. I have a very active mind, and sometimes it really, goes hard on me. And uh, so then, just ask for it to be in its right place. So then when I'm working with someone, I can really be with them. So that's what I'm doing currently.
Okay. Okay. Great. So awesome. I think there's a lot for us to work with there.
Mm,
So how you so you said you're already feeling really good about the coaching. Where would you like to be, 2 weeks from now, a month from
mm,
now, in terms of your coaching?
very cool. Like right now, when I work with people, I feel like it's as good as I could do it right now. But then also, I feel like it could be done better and maybe even faster. So now I take something like 90 minutes to 2 hours to finish the call and just get quite deep. But I'm also looking for some other ways. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like how I would really visualize it ideally
Yeah.
is that I feel like this sense of completion with the session. Now I feel it to some extent, but there's still something missing.
Okay. So okay. So you'd like to see, like, for
Mm,
example, looking at yourself in a month's time, how would you see yourself doing coaching?
mm. I guess asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Really hearing the person on a deep level, even though that's what I'm already doing quite well. But the thing is, I noticed that sometimes I'm just like, oh, I had this too. And for me, it was like blah, 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 you know. So I want to sort of notice when I do that and not get focused on myself at all when I do coaching. And that happens sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure. I mean, I think that happens in every conversation we have with most people, but certainly with coaching, you know, the focus is obviously more about how you're facilitating.
Yeah, I mean, if they're paying me money, I want to give them, you know, more
Of course, that's great. Okay, so so what does it feel like? So after a conversation, like coaching, so you visualize yourself now. Just take a few minutes.
Yeah.
Visualize yourself now. You've just finished a coaching call, and it's the best coaching call that you've ever had. What can you tell me the feelings around that? What does it feel like?
Yeah, it's a huge feeling of fulfillment, just feeling like I'm doing the right thing that I'm here for on earth. It feels like I really gave my full best, that I can fall asleep peacefully now and die peacefully even.
Wow.
I had to.
Okay, great.
Sounds a bit weird, but that's the feeling.
That's an extreme level of happiness there, I think. Do you think?
Yeah, it's better than an orgasm for sure.
That's great. Okay, so let's take the steps to get you there. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay, great, excellent. Okay, so what drives you to coach?
Well, actually, it's the thing I'm driven for the most. If I had to choose one thing that I would do while I'm here, that's what I do. It's when I finish the session, I just know that's like, if I have just 1 hour to live, I would, you know, just coach. If I had 3 months to live, that's what I would do, you know, and I know that I could still be much better at it, but I'm just, the thing that I feel like I could do, you know, to learn it now is just to practice and practice. So,
Great. Okay. And who are your ideal clients?
People who run businesses, who are very open-minded, very introspective, into looking deeper to themselves, willing to take the next step in their lives, and even if they're scared, willing to overcome those fears. Yeah, just, I guess, very open-minded people, usually who run businesses and who do a lot of stuff in life, who are active.
Great. And do you have those clients now?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay. And what does it feel like working with them?
Well, it really charges me up, feeling even much more energized, just like when you go for a run in the morning and you feel much more energized than before the run, even though it seems like you're using your energy. That's how I feel. Like supercharged up, really on my purpose, knowing where I'm going. Amazing. It's like so hard to put it in words. It's the same like, you know, when you go on a stage and you just sing and there's a million people and you're just doing what you love. It's like this.
Awesome. That sounds like a fantastic feeling. Great. And I can see it in you. You really do light up. You're expressing just perfectly exactly, you know, what coaching is like for you. And, you know, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. So is it okay if we go a little deeper, just in terms of finding out what that, you mentioned a couple of times, there's a little bit that you'd just like to push through, that you feel like it could get even more complete than what it is.
Yes, Sunny, please show me how deep the rabbit hole goes. Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so so I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to go back to the client, like today or yesterday or recently, where you didn't feel complete at the end of the conversation.
Well, that's hard to think of one. But because I was feeling like quite complete, but I know it can be even more complete, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But I can go back to this, and yeah, it's like 90% complete. Yeah.
Okay. 90. So that's Okay, so that's a genuine feeling in terms of what you felt like at the end of a conversation that you had recently, or not? I just want to check in.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So describe that 10% for me. What's happening there for you?
Well, that 10%, I guess, from what I know, is that it happens when I'm working with the people who really, there's, maybe I should open my eyes now, that I have with people who I connect with on a really deep level. And then it feels like it's that, real completion. And if I'm working with someone, say, on something more superficial, I can also coach people on speed reading. That's much more, I still enjoy that, but then it doesn't feel like this 100% for me. So I guess it's just this level of fulfillment that it feels like I'm more working on the surface. I guess that's what it is.
Okay, great. So you do different styles of coaching. So coaching for speed reading and then coaching for life coaching.
Yes.
In a sense. Yeah. Great. Okay. So so if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like you like the more deeper sort of work rather than teaching people how to read.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. We actually uncovered that. I knew it kind of, but now I also figured out that the lack of fulfillment that I feel, or the 10%, is actually because I'm not doing that deep work that I would like to do. And then maybe I should work with clients where I can really do this deep work and not with others.
Okay. Take a deep breath with me. I just want to kind of think about that for a second. Okay. So when you're working with clients that you're doing deeper work with, is there any sense of uncompletion that you've had so far in that, or not?
Actually not. It's really strange. And even maybe we can just have a conversation where I'm not using any technique at all, where we're just talking. And maybe even I'm sharing some stuff and it still feels 100% complete and done,
Okay. Okay. So great. Where do you want to go with this? I've got some ideas, but I just wanted to check in with you in terms of whether you have any thoughts.
On this? No, my mind is very empty now.
Okay, great. Excellent. Okay, so it feels to me that there could potentially be more of a transition there for you, potentially.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. And how does that transition feel?
Well, it really feels like we're getting off of coaching now into something that's also really key right now. I'm basically burning right now because I need to finish creating some product for speed reading as well before moving on to coaching fully. And I've been really slow on that, and there's a couple that I want to do, and maybe it's going to take me 100 hours or something, and I'm just kind of being really slow to do it.
Okay. So, so what's really interesting is that the conversation hasn't really been about the clients as such that you've had, but more about where you're at. So how you're interacting with the work, the different types of work that you're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and what's interesting, because you've mentioned a couple of times about doing everything better and faster. It seems like a bit of a thing for you. Would that be accurate to say?
I've been working with that a lot, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
To do it at the right speed, not too fast, but also make sure that I do what I need to do.
Okay. And how is that going? Because you're still using those words. So to me, there's still something around that better, faster.
There is, yeah. I love that you noticed that. Because it's still a small percentage, It's not like, I know a friend of mine that I'm also coaching right now, just like buddy coaching. And he is also like very fast and just like he likes to fill all days with stuff to do. And what I notice is that, when you do that, it's kind of like this is sand and you're just like on the same place on the sand because you're trying to go so fast that you're not going anywhere at all. And instead if you slow down, then maybe you will move slowly, but you will move forward,
Okay.
So, and I feel like I still have a little bit of that. So.
Okay. So do you mind if we go there a little bit? Is that okay?
That would be very good.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Great. Okay. So, I want you to close your eyes with me.
Yeah.
And breathe into your belly. I want a nice big deep breath.
You got it, Sunny.
Awesome. Okay. So I want you to feel into that feeling of doing things quickly, immediately. And I want you to tell me where in the body it feels tight when you think.
My belly immediately feels tight. All my weight is in my chest and in my head. Yeah.
Okay. And so when you imagine yourself, and I want you to imagine yourself now thinking, oh, I've got to do all this now. It's got to actually happen right now. Which area of your body is it focused most on?
The head, maybe. Yeah.
The head, yeah, rather than your heart and your belly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to have a conversation with your head, and ask it. You know, why does it need to go faster? What is it?
Yeah.
And tell me.
Yeah, I get it. It's and I've worked through this for the last few months now, so it's really strange that it's still there. But what it says is that that it's gonna be more efficient. Still, I don't know why I still continue believing this, even though I know that it's kind of like going through the sand and you're not going forward.
It will be more efficient.
I would get more done, and it's true in the short term maybe, but then in the long term it's not true. I know that. So.
Okay. So, is there anything wrong with efficiency?
No.
Okay, great. So, working towards efficiency is probably a good thing. Yeah. But taking away the stress behind the efficiency could help potentially make the efficiency more effective.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Nice way to phrase it.
Yeah? Okay. And so has there been anyone in your life that's put a lot of pressure on you, or has it just been yourself?
Well, it's been a lot of myself. Probably 93% of it is myself. Okay. And of course, then where does that come from? Well, it's probably from different books and different teachers, isn't it? Because maybe I wouldn't be so smart to decide to do that for myself, but maybe then I latch on to some idea that doesn't necessarily serve me, that I think it's gonna work for me. I think it's from some books, maybe some teachers.
Yeah, so there's nothing in terms of, you didn't have anyone in your earlier life saying you should do this by this time, this needs to happen now.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, then of course, yeah. My parents, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously your parents wanted what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you able in your childhood to make your own decisions, be able to?
Yeah, actually really well.
Great. And were those decisions respected by people around you?
In fact, so, yeah. Most of the time.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's really great. Okay, so it sounds like it's more like it's your own sort of pressure, and you've mentioned probably from books. Is there anything else there, do you think? Has anything else come to your mind? It's okay to take a minute to think about that.
I'll tell you, there's a few beliefs to even make it more precise that I have that's getting me to do that. Maybe I could even name them.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I think one of them is basically that there's virtue in rushing over not doing something. So if I had to take an hour to not do something, or to just fill it with some meaningless thing that I would name as effective or useful, I would probably fill it with a thing. Or at least I have a feeling that it's better to fill it with whatever instead of.
Okay, so close your eyes and breathe into that belief or that idea. Whereabouts is it in your body?
It's in my neck.
In your neck.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
feels constricting.
okay. Can you talk to it and ask what it's about? Like, how is it serving you?
It's not at all.
It's not at all?
No.
Is that what it says?
Well, I feel it's not at all, but it says, oh, if it says probably, yeah, it says, well, I guess it says what the belief itself is.
You're in your head at the moment. You're in your head. I want you to go back and feel into your neck, and feel what, like, ask your neck, how is it serving you, this belief or this tightness? How is it helping you?
It's making me feel safe that I'm doing something instead of wasting time.
Okay.
So it gives me a feeling of safety and like self-assurance, like, okay, you're fine, you're doing something.
Great. Okay. So it's serving you by helping you feel safe in that. Okay. Great.
Wow.
Lovely. Okay. And so if it's serving you from feeling safe, so now you know that, so maybe that's something for you to think about, like, you know, in the future, and think about in terms of whether that belief, whether you can say, you know, that actually you can be safe sitting and reading for an hour, pleasure reading, or sitting in a park or going and doing a yoga class without actually doing something, you know, necessarily big, that you're actually achieving something, that you can actually be safe, you know, in that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. It feels really nice to feel that and to accept that and allow this, entertain this idea.
Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting, if I may, because I was working with someone yesterday, and he wanted to play music, and then he thought nobody in my social circle plays music. You know, everyone's like business, hit the gym, get jacked, go hard or go home. You know, and then it's like, so how am I going to play music? And then that's what I told him. You know, just the mind says, you haven't done it in the past, maybe that much, or your friends aren't doing it, so you shouldn't as well. And although his intuition is clearly guiding him, and he's not fulfilled because he's not actualizing himself in that area. So I can relate.
Nice. Okay. So how does that feel? Can I take us on a different way, or is there anything more for you to complete?
No, it's great. Let's dive deeper.
Awesome. Okay. That's great. So where we've gone is, it's interesting. There's a couple of things that we've talked about here. So, and we've gone on quite an interesting journey so far, and I'll just take us in terms of where we've come from. So initially you were talking about that you'd like to get more completion, like feel like 100% complete, you know, with your coaching. And then we worked through and realized that you do different types of coaching. You know, there's speed reading, and then there's other deeper sort of coaching that you mentioned, and that you feel complete with that deeper coaching and not so complete with the speed reading. And then we talked about this better, faster sort of ideas is where we've got to now, and the belief work around, you know, that it feels like, you know, you feel safe in achievement, you know, which is quite a very common societal idea.
It's very true.
That we all adopt in some way. You know, I don't think anyone escapes that, or very few people escape those sorts of ideas. I think it's very common. And we also kind of looked in terms of where you'd like to be, like, you know, with your coaching in a month's time, and you said in terms of, you know, you want to be, you know, so good that you feel so good that you could almost die the next moment because it feels like, you know, a sense of achievement, or it's better than an orgasm, you said. So, which is awesome. So in terms of where we're going with that now, is I'd like to kind of ask you then, what else will get you there that you think right now?
To the sense of fullness and
yeah.
That's an interesting answer. A neck massage would be lovely right now. But besides that, um, yeah, actually spending more time in the nature would be another big one.
Okay. So do you spend time in nature right now?
Yeah, I do sometimes, but it's nice to just do it without. Now when I do it, I go there and I think and think and think like, what can I do better? Just like improve something even more. Would be cool to just like do it in a more quote unquote feminine way. If you will allow this to call it this way, just like in a more relaxed and a more
Okay.
without so much thinking or orientation, like goal orientation.
Okay. And what will you get from that? Because if you're going to give up something, you're going to have something that you're going to look forward to or get from.
Yeah, just like deep rest and nourishment.
Okay. And how does that help you in your life? Deep rest and nourishment.
Well, I'm not gonna get caught up in superficial things so much, like just these superficial beliefs and ideas, like harder, better, faster, stronger. So it's gonna provide me the balance, the yin to the yang.
Okay. Okay. And how is balance good for you in your life?
Helps me grow to the fullest in all of the areas, not just in some and then neglect others.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I like that too.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So now I want you to close your eyes again.
Yeah.
And take 2 deep breaths into your belly. And I want you to think about, it's a month from now, and you've got your perfect day and setup, which includes some space and also some clients. Can you describe to me what that day looks like now?
Wow, amazing question. It just feels such a nice, warm, tingling sensation just thinking about that. So that would be in the morning. I wake up and have time for myself until noon to do my morning routine, my sports, shoot some videos, just have a very relaxed morning. And then I do a session at noon. Then I take an hour break, another session at 2, another hour break. During the breaks, I may go to the nature. At least during one of the break, I definitely go to the nature. Feels really nice and nourishing to restore all of that back, all of the energy back, and kind of take in some energy from the nature to then continue work and give. In the other break, I also just do something that's not taking my active efforts, and I also relax. So just like 3 good sessions per day. Yeah, and I feel like I'm really using my energy towards a good specific purpose, that I am really moving closer toward my vision and really actualizing myself. But there's still something missing.
Okay. What's missing?
I don't know. There's still a feeling of tension doing this somehow.
Where is it? Where's the tension?
In my solar plexus. It feels like some contradiction.
Okay. What's the contradiction? So I want you to feel, breathe into your solar plexus and ask it the question. Tell me what you're thinking. So ask the solar plexus, tell me what you're thinking.
It's thinking that I'm not good enough to actually do this or something.
Okay. Okay.
The deep subconscious, like an ocean.
Okay. Okay, so are you okay if we go a bit deeper with that?
Yeah, I think it's a must.
Okay. So how can you ask the solar plexus, like, how is that belief that I'm not good enough? Is that?
Yeah, I'm not good enough for that, or for the coaching, or for basically a schedule like that even.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not good enough to live the life that I want to lead?
That's what it comes down to, yes.
Is that true for you?
It's what the solar plexus says.
Okay. And so take a deep breath into that and ask it why.
Seems like it's also just a sense of false security, holding on to what I've done in the past and not opening up for new opportunities and possibilities. Feels safer, like it's a more known territory.
So it wants to be kept safe from something. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it want to be kept safe from?
Well, there's a belief that if I go and open up to these possibilities and these opportunities and working with all these people, that I'm gonna have that it's like above me and that I'm not gonna be able to handle it. That something is gonna come up and something bad is going to happen. But that's just my reptilian brain. Still is there.
Okay. So something bad's going to happen to you. Okay. Where does that come from?
Childhood.
Okay. What incident? Tell me. No, don't think about it. I want you to feel into your belly.
It's deep.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
My dad shouting at me when I was like 5 or something.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember the incident?
Yeah, it's like he was telling me not to do something. I can't remember it precisely, but just like not to do something, and then there's like a shell of fear formed in my like a neuromuscular tension that I'm carrying.
Okay. And so how are you feeling as a little Thomas? How's the little Thomas feeling there?
Yeah, it's like hunched over, like hugging himself.
Okay. And what does little Thomas need?
Assurance, security, a warm hug from
What does he
Sunny.
need? Okay. But you're an adult now. So what can you give little Thomas that he needs? He needs something from you.
Just simple as a confirmation that it will all be fine, and that is just a momentary thing, that there's going to be more opportunities, and that you should let go of the fear and open up to life, to opportunities, to new things, and try new things.
So can you just take a moment just to kind of sit with him now, and the little Thomas there in that incident, and just talk to him, and it can be an inner dialogue or an outer dialogue if you want. But just talk to him about what he needs from you right now and what he wants you to do right now.
I have a blockage. It's hard for me to do this somehow. I don't know where it's coming from, but yeah, maybe it's like emotions are coming up and I'm just trying to push them down. That's what it feels like.
Don't push them down. It's a safe space here. Feel free. I can. It's very deep work, and thank you for going there. If it doesn't feel safe for you, we can go back there another day.
I feel safe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Hmm. I'm feeling like I'm more identified now with the little Thomas than with myself.
Okay, so just ask him. So you're big Thomas. So ask little Thomas what he needs from you right now.
Hmm. He needs to feel more secure and loved, and like there's no expectations from him or no like handcuffs. You know, in a in a logical way, there were no handcuffs when I'm a kid. Thank you for that.
Okay, so and can you give that to him now?
Mm.
Is it possible?
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. How does he want to feel right now? Ask him.
Without constriction, free, like he can make a next step.
Okay. So what can you tell him that you'll promise to do and for him now and into the future, so that he will feel free and not constricted and not afraid anymore?
Mm. It's hard to, nothing comes up.
Okay. Okay. So in terms of just resolving where we've been, so I want you just to make sure that he feels safe now. So can you check in with him? You can close your eyes.
Still not fully.
Not fully? Yeah. Okay.
Like 96% safe.
Ask him what else he needs.
A bottle of milk? No, wrong one. Sorry.
If he wants milk, he can have milk.
In reality, he needs like yeah, basically like to put up his hand. This is the image that I see, to put up his hand so someone can take him and like walk him by the hand and go with him. Just something like a teacher or someone he can trust 100% and just go straight.
Okay. So can you be that teacher for him?
Well, it says maybe someone else, so maybe I can. Let's see. No, not fully.
Okay. So why doesn't he trust you?
Because I've made many mistakes in the past, and
Okay. So mistakes. What specific mistake comes to mind?
When I've hurt someone.
Okay. And so what's he telling you about, when you've hurt someone? What's he saying about that?
That was my fault, that I shouldn't have gone into that in the first place, and that yeah.
Okay. So what does he need from you? Ask him.
That next time when I'm thinking of either meeting some person or being with some person, I only do it if it's really coming from my heart, and otherwise I don't do it.
Okay. Can you tell him, can you agree to that? Is that possible? Or
yeah.
Yeah? Does that feel real for you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Is he asking you to do anything for you?
No, I think that's it. This was the thing.
Okay.
Mm.
What does he want from you now? I want you to close your eyes again and breathe again into that.
Okay.
He wants something else just to complete that process.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So this other thing is, so this was about how I treat other people, and the other one is just how I treat myself. So it says, make sure that he says, make sure you don't go to a situation where you feel like you shouldn't be there, or maybe it's with the people that you feel like you shouldn't be there. Also, make sure that it's all really coming from the right intention. And if your inner feelings are saying you shouldn't go there, if your intuition is saying not go there, then don't go there, and respect yourself in this way.
Can you agree to that?
I can, yeah.
Does it feel real for you?
It feels really good.
Okay, that's great. What would you like to give little Thomas now?
A hug.
Great. Can you do that?
Yes. Come here, little Thomas. Okay, now you go. Off you go.
Okay.
Okay, he's happy.
He's happy? Okay. So I want you to make sure you bring that experience in with you now.
Yeah.
Breathe into
It's a lot.
And you're coming back to the present. And you're remembering what he said and what you talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I want you to think again about your perfect day in a month's time. And tell me.
Yes, I can. Yeah, it's really good.
How does it feel now?
Like there's no pressure because now I'm choosing where to go, who to work with, based on if that's the right person, if I'm the right person to work with them, and if they're the right person to work for me. Now I can do that. And then it's not like there's 3 hours of unknown, but now there's 3 hours of someone who I really choose to work with. So that just takes the pressure off and makes the day so much more fulfilling.
Nice. And so what's your coaching like? How's that feeling now, in a month's time now? How's that feeling?
Yeah, also much more confident, and like it's coming from the right place because I'm choosing to work with that person and I'm choosing to dedicate this time with them. And this self-respect for myself that I say I'm choosing to work with them or with her, then it's just really taking me into consideration as opposed to kind of giving myself away like a, like a dirty old whatever.
Like a dirty or whatever. That's great.
It feels really good. Like, yeah, I'm feeling a fullness, like I'm an autonomous being with my own boundaries, and really good. Really
good. Okay. Nice.
I'm wondering what I can do now with this new perspective and with this new energy that's become freed up from this.
You'll discover that.
I'll discover that.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah. You'll discover that in the coming, days. You just sit into it and breathe into it. Remember it. After this conversation, I'd really recommend if you jot down some notes from the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can watch it again, obviously, and see yourself. Remind yourself of some of what we've talked about today. Yeah.
I also need to jot down some of the things you say to make sure that I'm confirmed. It's so soothing.
Great. Awesome. Are you feeling complete now?
This thing is complete, but I still want to work with you.
Okay.
So maybe there's still something else, and I feel like I still have some energy to
Okay.
look at something else. So maybe it's the new supplements I've been taking, or maybe it's just that there's still something else. I'm not sure.
Okay. So
Mm.
do you feel complete in terms of the question that you first came to talk to me about, which is about the coaching? Does that feel complete?
So it feels complete from this side that we tackled it from. It's my side, but now I also want to look into a little bit. It's different people that come to me. So someone who is 40 years old, who has 2 kids and a wife and works on 5 businesses. I feel comfortable still working with him because I can see I give him a lot of amazing results in his family life and in his business and just in his peace and fulfillment. So I kind of tackled this belief in myself that I can't do it because I'm twice as young as him. But still, feels like I need to look into it from how I work with different people. Now we looked into my own stuff, but I still feel like there's something that, say, I work with someone that I don't have so much experience with, or someone who I haven't been where he has been. How do I work with them?
Okay. When we clear up our own stuff, it becomes easier and
It's
clearer when we're walking with other people. That's the first thing, I think.
Yeah.
The second thing is that the most important thing, which you actually started to talk about at the start of the conversation, is about being fully present. You'll never experience someone else's life the same way they experience it, even if you've grown up in the same house and you know you go to the same schools and everything. You'll still experience life in different ways because you'll have different interactions with different people. So I wouldn't discount the fact that someone else is you know, aged more than you have or has done different things than you have. I think the most important thing that you can offer someone, which you did mention previously at the start of the conversation, which is about being really present with someone, because when you're really present with someone, then, you know, then what their issue is becomes revealed in a bigger way, and you're able to help them and sort through that.
Okay, and something immediately comes up here and says something, maybe the mind, good old mind. It says, hey, you know what, Thomas? That's really cool, and it's being present is, you know, means a lot. But then when you look at Sunny, how she's doing this amazing work, you want to say, whoa, this is really deep and amazing, and then comparison happens. So myself wants to know why I still compare like this.
Do you think why do you think
being present, and then there's the skill?
Sure. No, I hear I hear what you're saying. But why do you think there's a need for comparison? Where does it come from?
It says, like, if I want to do this, and this feels, you know, some things just feel so good that you're almost unsure if you're like, and that's what I think we've worked through just now. Like, as I said, I was not sure if I want to really, if I feel like I deserve it, you know. So with coaching, for me, it feels a little bit like that, and I think that's where the comparison comes from. Is I'm just searching for ways, or you know, something is, maybe the mind is searching for the ways to not do it, just because it feels so amazing for me. Maybe there's a feeling like I don't deserve fulfillment, or like I don't deserve to really do it, because it feels just that absolutely amazing, and you know, it feels like I would pay to do it, and now someone's paying me to do it, you know, so something like that.
Okay. So how comfortable are you for asking for money?
Oh, very comfortable, I think, but immediately something comes up that I'm still not fully comfortable now when you ask me. What I do is, now I just do a session with someone and we see if we kick it off, and then, you know, I just explain them how that works. So, and that feels quite comfortable for me, and yet still there's still something behind it, a couple of things.
Okay. So how do you feel about money generally?
Hmm. Well, I feel like I've worked with it a lot, coming from humble beginnings, and tackled a lot of my inner stuff, and something that's still there with money, that I feel like it's not 100%. My relationship with money isn't as it should be fully.
Okay.
So,
So
mm,
close your eyes,
okay.
take a deep breath, and I want you to imagine an amount of money in front of you, and I want you to have a conversation with it now.
Hello, amount of money.
what you give it a number if you like.
Ooh, that's where it gets real, huh?
And have a conversation with it. So, how do you feel having that amount of money in front of you?
Like I want to push it away because it's too much than I feel like I deserve.
Okay. So there's several ways we can go here. Are you okay if we go a bit deeper?
Oh yes, I'm okay with all the ways.
Okay. Okay, so where did that first feeling of pushing it away, like money away, came?
My dad,
Okay.
yeah. I'm such a human, simple human.
We all are.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what did your dad or family teach you about money?
Mm, that well, my dad just has a really weird relationship with money. He's doing an amazing job. He's like, maybe I'm gonna, something bad is gonna happen, or maybe I'm gonna get fired, just like that. So, and he's had a difficult childhood as well. So that's some chain to come from. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's how he feels. Like he also doesn't deserve money, or like.
Okay, and so as so for you though, those are his beliefs. What are your beliefs around that?
Well, I took on a couple of them still, and I've looked into that for a while now. But yeah, my beliefs, that I believe in myself, and that I uh, was working on as well. And I truly believe, like, if you're exchanging value, if you're giving a lot of something for another person, then it's natural that they pay you. Now I feel really comfortable. Even, I was talking with one of my clients, and I was like, hey, now I'm asking to pay up front for a few months. And he's like, okay, so what are the options? I say 6 months and 12 months. And but I say, but I'm probably going to be raising my price soon. So if you want to still get at this price, I would pay for a lifetime, and I feel completely comfortable with that. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll pay lifetime 6 months later. So that feels like completely fine, like there's nothing there. But then where it is something there is when I want to try something new and maybe step into some new things, there's ultimately a feeling of shrinking and just kind of still staying stuck in this old shell, instead of opening up to that $1 million Thomas.
Okay. So there's something in terms of there's still some lingering ideas or beliefs about money there then. Yeah. And when you close your eyes, can you ask money when you first felt not good enough to accept it?
Yeah, first maybe when I wasn't even working, when I was a kid, and I was getting it from my family. And it's a Lithuanian thing we have, as well as a family thing, I guess, to kind of reject stuff. And it's like a belief that it's good to say, oh, no, no, thank you. No, no, you're so kind. No. And actually, it's bad, I know. But I still have some remnants of that left in my beliefs.
Okay. So people offer you money, but you say, please, no, don't give me any. Is that the cultural practice?
Money, things. They just offer you gifts, and it's cool to say no at first, and then say cool. You know.
Okay, so there's a step by step.
Yeah, like you offer it like 3 times, and then I say okay, fine. Like if you insist.
Okay, but you accepted at the end.
If they offer enough times.
Okay, and there's not a designated number of times there. It's
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's like this cultural thing, and also just like, you know, the thing of pushing things away because I feel like you're not deserving them enough, and then you just push them away to kind of cling on to your old self-image and to your old self instead of growing and opening up to new things.
Okay.
And I feel like it's still very present. I realize that it's complete BS, and yet it still seems to be affecting my life in a tangible way, isn't it?
Okay, so close your eyes and tell me where where that feeling is when you think of that specifically. Where in your body is it?
No, everywhere. So much of this.
Deep breath into your belly.
Yeah, it feels like in my root.
Okay.
Yeah, root chakra.
Okay. So ask your root chakra, have a conversation with it, and ask it, how is keeping money away helping you?
Oof, that's a nice confrontation to have. Yeah, it's almost like it's keeping me, like if I were to open up to it, then immediately I feel like my family, my parents would kind of like unconsciously just kind of push me down. And that's where I have this blockage from, because they would do it in the past. Like I just like, oh yeah, and then just like pushing down and putting a certain blockage. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so there's a blockage there that you feel like other people will push you down. Give me the words around that.
It's like in the past when I would be like, yeah, I just want to really go for it and really open up to the new way of seeing the world and new way for going for opportunities. That's where people kind of push me down, and it feels like if I go, then it's still again gonna happen. And there's the fear behind it and tension.
Okay, so feel into that fear. And where is that located?
My head, neck, like this area, back of my head.
Talk to it. What's it want from you? What does it want you to do?
To be small.
Okay. How is that helping you? Ask the fear. How does being small help me?
There's a feeling of security in being small and comfort in being small. Same like when you're eating the potato chips, you're feeling comfortable because even though it sucks. So it's same like this.
Lovely description. Okay, so there's comfort in being small, not shining. It's good. You kind of can get away with things. You can slip through the cracks.
Yeah, nobody notices you. You just go like a little slithery slime.
Okay.
So I notice it, then I call it like the slithery slime, so I know it's not me.
Okay, great. So, is that helping you right now in terms of where you
Yeah,
see
it's
yourself?
it's helping me to call it like this, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, what does the fear need from you to feel safe about
Mhm.
shining? Ask the fear. I want to shine.
Mm.
What do you need to shine? To be safe, to feel to shine.
Mm. Basically, simply to stand tall first, and then to just go forward. Nothing more.
Okay. How does that feel to you? Does that feel genuine? Does that feel real?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. Mm. But still something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. So if you had all of this money right now,
Mm.
what would you do with it? Would it change you?
Well, I don't need this much like this big pile. I'm not even dreaming for so much like this big pile for now. Um, but let me just imagine another pile. Okay, so this money, I would use it to fully focus on my coaching. Maybe even take, that would be helpful, but maybe not. But just do some work, so almost like a coaching training, but not like usual coaching training, but something different. So that's where I would invest a lot of it. And then another part of it, also just invest it somewhere, and then set the rest aside, save it.
Mhm. Mhm. And how would others feel about you having that in your life?
Yeah, I'm happy,
Okay.
and happy I'm growing, and my teacher says really well that money isn't for creating a comfort zone, but for growth. So I
Uh-huh.
love this approach.
Sure. Okay. But how would your family feel about you having that money?
Family. Actually good. It's only in my mind that they wouldn't feel good, but now I see it was wrong belief. They would feel really good and happy.
Okay.
But
Do
maybe part of them would still resist it somehow, you know what I mean? But still, overall, it would be good. So I think maybe still I need to work with them, or with myself as well about it.
well,
And
it's all about yourself. Is it your
it is,
responsibility how they feel and see and act? And can you
it's
control everything they feel, see, and act?
a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your responsibility in this?
It's to follow my calling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is your responsibility to do anything for anyone?
I get the answer that yes, but I don't, um, not fully, so I need to clarify. Why do I still get a yes? Mm, yeah, I have this belief that I just need to help people even if they don't ask for my help.
Okay. Where does that come from?
Yeah, interesting. Somewhere far away, in the far lands beyond nine seas. Mm, Yeah, but just noticing it already feels good. Let's see what I need to do to completely let go of this. It's kind of like the feeling that it's your duty to serve others and to help others, you know, but it's not true.
Ask that belief where it comes from. Have a conversation with that belief. Where does it come from?
Something happened in the past where I would just feel like I wasn't taking enough responsibility, and then people were telling me, hey, I had this kind of idea that well, maybe I'm not taking enough responsibility, although I was doing everything I needed to do. And people were like, you should take more responsibility here by going to serve others instead of working on yourself. And I believed in them because I really had this feeling that maybe I need to take more responsibility, but it was not true. But they just that's how this belief was sort of injected, that made me feel that I just need to serve others instead of focusing on my own growth.
Mm-hmm. Is that helpful for you now?
No.
Okay. Are you ready to let that go?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to close your eyes and breathe into your belly. And imagine that belief in a balloon. Give the balloon a color.
Red. Very red.
And blow that old belief into that balloon. Yeah. Okay. And when you're ready, you can let it go. And just watch it. So just take a moment to watch it go up through the ceiling, up into the hemisphere, above Lithuania, above the world, and into the beyond where everything is and everything's perfect. And it's gone.
Yeah, it feels gone.
Okay.
I even forgot what it was now. So it must be gone.
Great. Okay, so now breathe into your belly again and close your eyes and imagine.
No, I just like looking at you so much, but okay, sorry.
Close your eyes and imagine your perfect day in a month's time. How's it feeling?
There's no tension now. Much lighter. It's feeling like everything I want the perfect day to feel, and with no heaviness. Much more smooth, and even if still something comes up, I feel like I can handle it.
Okay, great.
It's a very, very nice feeling.
Great.
I could sit like this all day.
Awesome. So do you feel like you can step into that tomorrow?
Even tomorrow. Why not today?
Today? The rest of the day.
Yeah. I feel like I can step into it right now. In fact,
Great.
I've been stepping into it today slowly, and now I can keep stepping today.
Perfect.
Even more.
Okay. So I feel like this session's complete for now.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Just if I may ask something before we go. Also, like I have this bit of a feeling here in my lower back just for a couple of days. I don't know where it came from, but it's just like pain in the lower back. I don't think I even had like a stretch. So any ideas if I could do something with it right now? Or
do you want practical, spiritual, or otherwise?
So maybe something spiritual.
Okay.
That
Yeah. So all emotion, as you know, gets trapped in the body. So our emotions create our physicalness and how our physical body operates. Often particular areas of the body are known to be similar between humans, and it changes depending on where a person's at. Lower back is often about money, which we've talked about now. So, and about responsibility, money. So I kind of want you to kind of sit with that, and then, you know, we can check in later this week.
good. It feels like it was that. So
Yeah.
even when you mentioned responsibility, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
already like that. So
Yeah.
I think it feels much actually lighter now. Just like, so it's good. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Check in about that later.
We can check in again, but I just want to see how you sit with all of what we've talked about.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
I love it. Okay,
yeah.
I will go write it all down now. Thanks so much.
Yeah, please do. Thank you. Thank you so
Been
much.
very deep, insightful, and pleasant.
Yeah, yeah.
And
thank you so
also
much.
confronting and
Good.
but otherwise, I can't even say the word. What's the word?
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being
Really
so
well.
open and, you know, going deep with me. And yeah, I'm really excited for you. Really excited.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunny.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.